Donald Trump keeps telling us that he and the entire country of China, they are working on a deal that is absolutely going to put an end to the trade war. The U.S. is going to win. China is going to go cowering back into a hole, I guess, and realize, oh, we can't screw with America anymore. But as it turns out, China's not backing down. China's not ready to make a deal. No deal actually exists right now. And we know that because that is exactly what China's telling us. Kind of like the imaginary deal with Mexico that Trump keeps saying he's made. And then the Mexican government has to come out and say, no, we haven't actually made a deal. Please stop saying this. China has now had to do the same thing. A spokesperson for their foreign ministry had to come out and say this: China does not want to fight a trade war, but we are not afraid of fighting a trade war. If the United States only wants to escalate trade frictions, we will resolutely respond and fight to the end. Now, what that statement means is that these trade wars aren't going anywhere until Donald Trump backs down. And economists understand this. Why? Because they know that China already has the means in place to fight this trade war for as long as possible. They have, what economists say, a lot of levers to pull. The United States, on the other hand, they tell us, has no levers to pull. We can't continue fighting this. We're going to continue fighting it because Donald Trump's a stubborn idiot. But we can't just continue to hand out tens of billions of dollars to the industries that are being affected by the trade wars. Look at it this way as well. In April, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the U.S. added, I think, 224,000 new jobs in the month of April. Great numbers, right? You know what they added in May? A net of 75,000 jobs. In 1 month, we fell from 224,000 to 75,000. That's a big drop, and economists say that a lot of that is because of the trade war. Manufacturing is declining. Farmers are being forced to leave their crops in giant silos, or in many cases, actually leave it in the field to rot because they can't sell it. So it's sitting there, quite literally rotting in the field. China, on the other hand, yeah, they're having issues as well. But they don't care. And I hate to say that about this country. I'm not hating on China, but it is a government that has shown that it does not care about the welfare of their citizenry. And we've seen that with all the, sweatshop and the horrible working conditions over there. They clearly don't care. And so they can stretch this out as long as possible. And another reason for that, economists tell us, is because their government has to look strong. If their government backs down, they lose credibility, and it could get people turning against the government. And that's something, obviously, China can't stand. So not going to happen. They'll continue fighting this to the end like they told us they would. Us here in the United States, on the other hand, we don't have that. China's devalued their currency by 10% since the trade war started. We can't devalue our currency here in the United States. That would kill us. 10%. And they'll go lower if they have to. They do have the money right now to continue subsidizing the industries who are losing money, and that's what they're doing. As I pointed out, we can't continue to do that here in the United States. We're going to run out of money. Hell, we ran out of money a long time ago thanks to the Republican tax cuts. But nonetheless, China is much better equipped to weather out a trade war than the United States, and economists know it. And that's also why they're telling us that in 2020, we're pretty much going to be heading straight down into a recession. Corporations are actually already making preparations because they understand that the recession is coming. And keep in mind, these are also corporations that donate to the Republican Party. They help elect Republican politicians. These are not left-wing scaremongers who say that Trump's so bad, we're going to recession. Oh, everybody run and hide. No, these are people who understand, yeah, we love Republicans, but man, you screwed us up, and now we're all kind of screwed. Things are going to get so much worse. And that's not me saying that. That's the economists saying that. Because China is fully prepared to weather this out. Nobody in the U.S. even knew it was coming because these are the unilateral decisions of the moron that we have sitting in the Oval Office today. Thanks for watching, everybody. And don't forget, if you like what you see here, like,
comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. And now you can also become a member of Ring of Fire and get exclusive early access to certain Ring of Fire videos all throughout the week. Just click on the little join button right below the video.